A new subscriber gives you attention, trust, and curiosity all at once. Then the clock starts. If your first email feels weak, your future clicks usually get weaker too. The surprise is simple: one welcome email can shape your entire list. When someone signs up, they expect something to happen next. That expectation is the opening you rarely get again. Your welcome email meets a reader at peak interest, which means even basic clarity here can outperform a polished campaign sent weeks later. Most beginners spend hours chasing subject line tricks and almost no time defining the first experience after sign-up. That is backwards. If the first message confuses people, your list starts cooling before your second email even lands. A welcome email is the first message a subscriber receives after joining your list. Its job is not just to say thanks. It confirms the sign-up, delivers the promised value, and tells the reader what kind of relationship starts now. This matters because your first email trains future behavior. Subscribers learn whether opening you is worth it, whether your tone feels trustworthy, and whether your promises are real. In plain terms, your welcome email teaches the market how to treat you. Across many email programs, welcome emails often get stronger open rates than regular broadcasts because the subscriber just acted. The exact numbers vary, but the pattern is consistent: timing and relevance are doing the heavy lifting for you. Right after sign-up, your reader is asking 4 silent questions. Did I get the right thing? Who are you? What happens next? And is this worth my inbox space? A good welcome email answers all 4 without sounding defensive or desperate. The goal is not applause. The goal is orientation. If the reader knows what they signed up for and why staying matters, your next emails have a real chance. Every welcome email begins with a trigger, usually a form submission or checkout event. That trigger matters because relevance decays quickly. The longer you wait, the more your message feels like a campaign. The faster you send, the more it feels expected. For beginners, the easiest win is immediate delivery. Not tomorrow, not after approval, not when you remember. Immediate means the email arrives while the subscriber still remembers clicking the button. Memory and motivation are both hottest right there. A delayed welcome email often feels random. An immediate one feels connected to the action the reader just took. That connection is powerful because it reduces confusion and increases the chance that your message actually gets read. At minimum, include 5 things: confirmation, delivery, identity, expectation, and one next step. Confirmation tells them the sign-up worked. Delivery gives them the promised resource. Identity says who you are. Expectation explains future emails. One next step keeps momentum simple. If you remember nothing else, remember this structure. Confirm the sign-up. Deliver what was promised. Introduce your value. Set expectations. Give one next action. That sequence feels natural because it follows the reader's attention instead of forcing a pitch too early. Confirmation is basic, but it matters. People want certainty. A simple opening line like, "You are in," or "Your guide is ready," immediately reduces friction. It tells the subscriber they are in the right place and the promised exchange is happening. If you offered a checklist, coupon, template, or newsletter promise, deliver it fast and visibly. Do not hide the link under your life story. Beginners often bury the asset beneath a long introduction, which creates friction exactly where trust should be easiest. Once the promise is fulfilled, tell the reader who you are and why your emails matter. This is not a long biography. It is a short answer to one question: why should this person keep opening messages from you in the future? New subscribers do not need your full brand story on day 1. They need to know what they signed up for and why it helps them. That is the version of trust a welcome email can actually earn. Expectation setting is where many lists quietly improve or decay. Tell people what kind of emails you send and roughly how often. If they expect weekly ideas and get daily promotions, disappointment starts before your second campaign arrives. Your welcome email should ask for 1 action, not 5. Read the guide, reply with a question, browse a starter page, or save your email address to contacts. One clear next step feels easy. Multiple choices usually dilute momentum. A first email does not need to maximize every possibility. It needs to maximize the chance of one meaningful action. Simpler paths usually convert better because the brain does less sorting and more deciding. For beginners, subject lines should be clear before they are clever. If someone requested a guide, say the guide is inside. If they joined a newsletter, confirm they are subscribed. Recognition beats mystery in the very first interaction. Your tone should sound like a helpful guide, not a corporate disclaimer and not an overexcited hype machine. Warm, direct, and specific usually wins. People trust voices that sound stable enough to keep their promises. Beginners often overestimate design and underestimate message order. A plain text welcome email with clear value can outperform a beautiful template that hides the important parts. Readability, hierarchy, and trust matter more than decoration. A polished design can help, but only after the core job is done. If the email looks expensive yet leaves the reader unsure what to click or expect, the design becomes camouflage for weak communication. The usual mistakes are predictable: sending late, writing too much before delivering the promised item, asking for too many clicks, sounding generic, or forgetting to say what comes next. None of these look dramatic, but together they quietly crush momentum. Cut anything that slows the first useful action. Long intros, multiple buttons, vague claims, and hidden links all add friction. The more a subscriber has to decode your message, the less likely they are to keep investing attention in it. Here is the useful twist. One welcome email is enough to start, but a short welcome sequence is usually better for long-term results. The first email confirms and delivers. The next few emails deepen trust, education, and product awareness. A single email tries to do everything at once. A sequence lets each message do one job well. Email 1 delivers. Email 2 tells your story or best ideas. Email 3 points toward a product, service, or next commitment. People rarely complain that an onboarding flow is too clear. They complain when they are unsure why they are receiving messages or what they should do next. Clarity scales better than novelty. If you run a newsletter, your welcome email should preview the experience ahead. Mention the angle, the rhythm, and the payoff. Tell readers what kind of insight lands in their inbox and why your perspective is worth making room for. If you sell products, the first email should still deliver trust before pressure. A discount can work, but context matters. Explain what makes the product useful, what problem it solves, and where a new customer should begin. If you sell services, use the welcome email to reduce uncertainty. Explain who you help, the problem you solve, and the best next step, whether that is reading case studies, booking a call, or replying with a question. Your first practical takeaway is speed. Connect the sign-up action to the inbox experience as tightly as possible. Immediate delivery feels reliable, and reliability is one of the fastest ways to earn future opens from people who barely know you. Your second takeaway is clarity. Say what the email is, why the reader got it, what value is inside, and what to do next. Obvious writing often feels less exciting to the sender, but far more useful to the subscriber. Your third takeaway is focus. Choose one primary job for the first email and one main action for the reader. The more decisions you stack into that first moment, the more likely the subscriber is to postpone all of them. Before you publish, run one final check. Is it immediate, clear, valuable, and easy to act on? If those 4 boxes are checked, you already beat most weak welcome emails that try too hard to sound impressive. You can start with this shape: thanks for joining, here is your resource, here is what you can expect from me, and here is the best next step. That template is simple because the reader's needs are simple at this stage. A welcome email is small, but its influence stretches far. It sets the emotional baseline for your list. If the first interaction feels useful and trustworthy, later promotions, newsletters, and follow-ups inherit that momentum instead of fighting for it. If you do not have a welcome email, write one this week. If you already have one, audit it against the 5 parts and remove any friction. Small fixes here can improve the performance of every email that follows. Keep your first email clear, useful, and easy to act on, and keep building.